About 5 months. I'm up about £9,600 net so far. I'm not a side hustle guy, really.
Hey, Pete, it's good to check in with you. I love talking with our success story clients. And so I thought I'd give you a chat today, and thanks for taking my call. But one quick thing before we get going, I saw something on your account that made me laugh. It was labeled with a withdrawal HMRC. Don't mess with these people. That's very specific. What? Tell me more about that, man.
Well, I got punched in the face by taxis this year, like properly.
That sucks. All right, walk us through it. Let us know. So before we get in too much into the pain, how long have you been running EA Automatic, and what is the result?
About 5 months. I'm up about £9,600 net so far.
Nice. That's pretty solid, my man. So where'd the tax punch come from? What happened there?
Well, I'm a sales engineer, right?
Uh
A
huh.
lot of my pay is commission for getting deals done. Last
Yeah.
spring, I had a really good summer, really good quarter, felt great. And then I realized that I'm holding money and I'm thinking this is gonna kill me because it's not actually the money that I have, if that makes sense.
Uh yeah. Gotcha. That's a grown up problem, my man. So when did that sink in? When did you actually like notice that? How deep were you?
Um, Probably my accountant called me, took a long pause, you know the one, and he's like, you're gonna owe
How much?
12 grand. And
Yikes.
not
That sucks.
eventually either, like the same month if you don't want penalties.
Oh, cool. So it's like give us your. It's like a shakedown almost from the government. That's always fun when you feel like your own government doesn't have your side. That's a nasty little surprise there, man. So what was the plan? Did you just use like a credit card? You borrow from friends? You rob a bank? Rob your own savings? What happened?
Yeah, all the stupid options. I mean, I'm not broke, but life's expenses, you know what I mean? Rent, childcare, everything that you're doing. You
Yeah.
know, just don't just have 12 grand lying about, do you know what I mean?
No, I feel you. I feel you. Most people don't. So is this when you started looking for an additional income stream, a part time job? Is that what happened? Is that the impetus?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm not a side hustle guy, really.
Uh
Don't
huh.
really want to drive an Uber at night. I've got a kid, so I'm already quite fried.
Gotcha. So how did our robots even like enter your picture then? How'd you come across the A automatic?
Um, I've been down a rabbit hole before.
Okay.
A couple bots joined Telegram groups. Wasn't that great. One nearly blew up an account. Another one just didn't do anything unless the market was perfect.
Uh-huh.
And of course, your money disappears anytime you're asking it real questions.
Gotcha. So it's fair to say that you were probably fairly skeptical coming to us then.
Yeah, super. I didn't
All
even
right.
want to book the onboarding call, to be honest.
Okay. That's fair enough. So what made you stick around? Why didn't you bounce? Why are you with us?
Two things. First, you guys didn't promise magic. You were honest. Second, the explanation actually made sense about bot analyzing, institutional trades. I understood that positioning.
Gotcha. Yeah, there certainly is no magic. Slow and steady growth is best. Can't say this enough. But so I guess that why piece is that's the whole thing then, huh?
Yeah, it's also the first time anyone said out loud what I was actually thinking.
Okay.
Copying some trade without understanding the context is how you get smoked, when the context changes.
Yeah, man, that's it's dead on. That's exactly 100%. That's why we're here. So you started up, and then what's like the first month for you like? I mean, you've been burned before, so
Yeah,
be honest.
it was annoying. I checked every 2 seconds, was checking it way too much. Watching it, why is it not doing this today? Why did it
Uh-huh.
close there? Um, yeah.
Gotcha. No, that's real common, especially for our first time folks. Like they'll check their phone 20 times a day or whatever. So
Yeah.
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You're not alone.
Yeah, for sure.
So did you message our support a bunch though, and Anthony or Jake or any of those guys?
Yeah, I did actually. And that's why I give you credit. Support didn't treat me like an idiot. They were really good. They
Yeah.
taught me through things. what's your goal, steady growth, aggressive. They really sort of educated me and took a learning to what I was saying. It felt like an actual good person.
That's I mean, that's good to hear, man, because that's like part of the whole thing is like, first of all, not everybody's the same, so we want to make sure that you've got your own approach. And it's just yeah, there's no magic, and we want to figure out what you're looking for, so that's important.
Yeah.
So back to the tax bill. Did EA Automatic actually solve it for you, or at least take the weight off? What's the deal?
Yeah, it didn't solve it overnight, of course. But it gave me a plan at least that wasn't, pressure and depressing. Over 5 months, I made £9,600, pulled out
Okay.
six grand to help cover that 12 grand bill. So,
Okay.
um, you know, it helped a lot towards it.
Gotcha. So it covered about half of it, and almost more importantly, no credit card debt. So you didn't just actually jack up your own, you didn't have to jack up the cost of getting that money sooner. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. The
Mhm.
adult version of freedom, honestly.
Gotcha. So now that you got the adult version of freedom, that's fantastic. So tell me a little more.
Um, at first, I was like speaking to my wife about it, and she was like, please don't tell me you're doing crypto again. Had some bad history with that, but once she
Yeah,
saw it was like systematic, and I paid half the HMRC bill with it, she was on board. How couldn't she be? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, man. No, that's it's hard to argue with actual like money on the ground, when the
That's
rubber
it.
hits
Yeah.
the road. So what's your plan from here, my guy?
Keep going, keep it boring, keep my head down, keep hustling away. I'm not trying to buy a Lamborghini or, buy a big villa in Spain. I'm just trying to get more income to help with the surprises that come down the road.
That's completely reasonable. That's I like that approach, man. And that's a better way of thinking. It's not a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you. If a guy like you, 35, 55, whatever, they got responsibilities, family, kids, whatnot, and they're not trying to be a trader. They don't want to do all that, research and whatnot. If they asked you, uh, if they asked you one question before signing up, what would you tell them to ask?
Hmm. That's a good question. Um, I'd say ask how risk is controlled when the market gets weird.
Okay.
Um, and ask what support looks like after you pay.
Yes.
Because the bot matters, and speaking to a human it really does make the difference.
Yeah, man, that's paramount. I mean, I really do think that the combination of the two, you got to have a fail safe. You don't want to just, using an autopilot's fine, but you don't want to get it. You wouldn't take a flight with only autopilot. You want an actual
Yeah.
person there too,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's fair, Pete. I totally appreciate you. Congrats on getting the HMRC off your back a little bit. That's fantastic. And
So
yeah,
yeah,
man,
it's great. Yeah, that might be one of the best compliments I've ever got.
that's fair. That's fair. Totally valid, my man. All right, I'll let you go. Take care of your family, but I
No
appreciate you
problem.
checking in, and yeah, just let me know how things go in the future too.
Will do, man. I'll keep you posted. Great to speak to you. I'll catch up with you soon. Have a good one.
All right.